So you decided to get the course. You decided to change the way you think, the way you memorize things, the way you recognize patterns. You decided to become a force to be reckoned with mentally. And I commend you on that. Now, this course is extremely expansive. It's very comprehensive. It is more than enough to take you well past above average. You do not need any other video than this course for a solid 6 months to an entire year of practice. Okay? And you paid a very small amount for me being able to bundle all of my 2 decades of chess playing videos, books I've read, grandmasters I've spoken to, IMs I've spoken to and played with, all of it in one course. You have chosen very well. Now, before we go on with the course, I would like to break down how you should go about it. So the first thing you should really go through is the intro videos, right? After you go through the intro videos, you will then go through tactics. Go through all of the tactic videos I have. After that, you will see openings. Go through each of these 3 openings. Now, a little side note on the openings. First off, don't memorize more than 5 to 7 moves. All right? The reason why is because you are not a professional. You're not 2000 rated and above. You do not need to memorize more than 5 to 7 moves because your opponent is your rating. He's not going to memorize 10 moves. So what's the point of you memorizing 10 moves if his third move is completely different than what theory is supposed to be, right? Also, you memorizing is not learning. It's not understanding. You're a monkey in a cage, thrown a book, memorize. No understanding is thrown in the wild. And your memorizing is not learning. You're not understanding why you're doing what you're doing. You're just a monkey in the cage being thrown a banana or a book and told to peel the banana or memorize and read the book. If I threw you out of the cage and you had no way of knowing how to get a banana or no way of how to memorize or get a book, you're done. That's why you don't need to know more than the first few moves. And don't spend too much time on your opening simply because the opening is the last thing you learn. It's when you're 2000 rated you go. In chess, you learn the ending first. Then you learn middle game second. Then you learn opening last. The reason why is because the end game has so much. The end game has very few moves for you to make. It has so few pieces. So there's not many moves that can happen, not many moves that can be done. The middle game is where a lot of the action, a lot of the meat is. And that's something you'll get over once you're really decent with endgame. And the opening, well, that is when you're a fucking professional and you've got these 2 locked. Do you understand? That's far last. So that's why I gave you 3 openings to learn. These 3 openings will take you so far. I am 1800 rating. I've been rated as high as 1900, nearly 2000. And I don't know more than 3 to 4 openings, guys. Because I'm not stupid. I don't waste my time on opening studying. It's amateur. Don't be an amateur. You don't need openings. These guys are like, oh, you know about this opening? And they like throw different names at me. I'm like, no, dude, but I'll destroy you. Okay? Don't be the opening guy. Learn 1 or 2 or 3. If you don't like the ones I showed you, maybe look up another one. I don't fucking recommend it. Okay? Maybe you want to do Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit's a fun one too. So maybe I'll just throw it in there. I didn't teach you Queen's Gambit, but maybe learn Queen's Gambit or King's Gambit. These are the only 2 I would give you other than what I gave you. I gave you 3. You should learn those. But the Queen's Gambit, King's Gambit are fun. Gambits are fun, guys. And I'll teach you what a gambit is later in the course. But this is with the openings. So we got that done. Next up, we went through the intro videos, which will explain how to get through chess. What is chess? Even a beginner will get through this. You need to watch this. After the openings, so actually, You know what? No. No, 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 no. You are actually going to have to go through the checkmates first. After the intro videos, you watch the checkmates. Then you go through the tactics, and then you go through the openings. Yes. So the intro, then the checkmates, then the puzzles, and then the openings. Next, watch my live game, and then watch my post-game analysis. And finally, you're going to watch my final tips and tricks. Now, once you've done all this, you've gotten what you needed. You got the resource, you got the education. Now you're wondering, well, what do I do? And here's what you do. You decide on Lichess or chess.com. Lichess.org, by the way. Make an account, or make an account on both. I have obviously both. I've been playing for so many years. I have an account on both. The reason why is because you might meet a friend or you might meet a person. They might only have one. Almost everyone has this. If they have Lichess, you know he's a fucking gangster. Lichess is like for the gangsters. It's like for the real analysts, the real fucking top dogs. Chess is obviously the most popular one. You're not a loser if you have it, but there's more like respect for me to a random person if he's like, oh yeah, I have a Lichess. Like, you're probably decent. Have both. I recommend Lichess though, 100%. It's completely free. Not that chess.com is expensive. I think Diamond is like $15 a month, and you get everything that Lichess gives, but Lichess is completely free and gives everything chess.com gives with Diamond. And it's just better. I like the layout. I like the people there. Whatever. Just don't fucking think too much about it. All right? Pick one and go. I recommend Lichess. Next. Start playing games. But do not play Blitz or Bullet. Blitz is 5 minute. It's 3 5-minute. And Bullet is 1 2-minute. Do not play that. Instead, play Rapid Classical, which is 10-15 and 30 plus. You need to be playing long games, my friends. Why? Because you don't know what you're doing. You understand? You can't just be blitzing and going and just... Blitz is extremely fun and important, but it's only fun if you're decent. If you're not decent, I myself in 1800 rarely play Blitz. I never play Bullet. Because, dude, a guy who fucking sucks can beat me at Bullet because he knows how to move pieces really quickly. And he puts me in precarious positions that I'm not used to and I lose. But if I play him in a Rapid or Classical, he is done for. Because I have better theory, I have better skills, technique. Focus on your skill, focus on your theory. And then once you're at a certain level, I'd say around 13 to 15, I would even say 13. I want you guys to have fun, but I would highly recommend don't go to Blitz until you're at least 1300 rating on Lichess. At least 1300. I would say 15. But obviously do what you want. I'm just saying if you do Blitz, it will lower your rating. You will get worse at chess. You'll learn how to move fast, but you won't learn why you're doing what you're doing, and you will long-term fuck yourself. So play these games. Next up, I know this is tough, but review nearly every game after you play it. And after you reviewed it, 5 to 15 minutes on your own, review it with computer analysis. 5 to 20 minutes. So when you go over your game, you try to go and see what move you made decently, what move you made not so well, and what move you could have done better. And do the exact same for your opponent. You want to do both sides. You really want to get yourself thinking. And when you're a beginner, that's okay. You're not going to know. I mean, it's like asking a painter who just started why his painting is shit. Well, I don't know, the brush. Okay, that's a good guess. But no, it's because you suck. But hey, at least you guessed something. That's the point. So if you start guessing and like starting to think, well, why was that a mistake? Slowly, you'll actually be correct. And you're not just guessing. Because after you analyze it yourself, you actually have a computer, an analysis computer machine, tell you what it is. Now, here's a little hint about the analysis. The first few moves, you might make a move that's fine, and the computer will be like, oh no, this is bad. It's okay. It's generally not that bad. It's only bad if you'll have a computer. I'll show it to you in my analysis video. You'll see it. It's one of the last videos you'll watch. There's like a bar where it shows how bad or how good you're doing. And if generally the bar is at 0, right? Because you're white, you're black. White has a slight advantage, so white has a slight plus 0.1 or plus 0.5. But let's say you make a terrible move, you'll be down -7. That means you're down 7 points. So if that's a thing, if you make a move and the scale completely flips, then you should be like, okay, what did I do wrong? But if it goes like by down 0.3 or 0.1 or 0.5 or even 1 sometimes, you'd be like, it's not a big deal. I don't need to analyze it too deeply. But if it's a big difference, like +2, +3 or more, you did something wrong. Listen to the computer. All right, so you get the account. You start playing games, not Blitz or Bullet, but Rapid and Classical. You review nearly every single game, spend 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 15, and then 5 to 20 minutes analyzing. You doing this, you playing one game and reviewing it, is better than you playing 5 fucking games and never reviewing. It's better for you to play one game and review it like this for 30 minutes than you playing 10 games and never reviewing it. You will get your benefits from reviewing. I promise you. And I don't really take my own advice myself, but that's also because I'm pretty good now. Like I have a very high rating. I don't always need to review it. But if I wanted to get serious, I would have to review literally every single game I play, like a professional. And because your rating's not as high, you don't have a choice. If you want to get good, which you will, you have this course, you will get good. I promise you that. But you need to review your games, okay? Next, you need to do tactics, which are also called puzzles. And you can get them for free on an app called Chess Tempo. They also have a browser. You can do it on the computer, but all of you have phones. Download Chess Tempo app. Make an account. It's super fast, super easy, and do tactics. And don't do blitz tactics, which is basically they rate you on if you got the puzzle correct and how fast you did it. Just do it plain classical, right? The one where you just need to solve it. And what puzzles are, and I'll show you in the course, puzzles are basically give you a position and you have to find the best move. Sometimes the best move is a checkmate. Sometimes the move is you getting a capture, a piece, an advantage with points. And sometimes it's a purely positional advantage, which is higher rating. You probably won't get involved with that. But Chess Tempo, I would highly recommend 5 to 10 puzzles daily. Guys, these are not fucking long. A puzzle can take you 3 seconds. A puzzle can take you 5 minutes. Let's say it takes you 5 minutes per puzzle, which, by the way, it will not. It's for your rating. So when you start out, you're going to have a puzzle. You're going to make a wrong move because let's say you're a beginner. You get 5 wrong puzzles in a row. The puzzle will get easier until you start to solve them. And then the puzzles will calibrate according to your level. And you'll start doing it. And the craziest thing will happen. You will start seeing puzzles and patterns. Your brain will instantly say, okay, a bishop goes there. And you'll be like, whoa, how did I know that? It's because it subconsciously memorizes these patterns. And that's the fucking beautiful thing about tactics. Because in the game, you will eventually be in a position where you went over it in puzzles. So next time you're online waiting for something, or you're waiting in the car, warming it up, or waiting on a girlfriend, or in the bathroom. I know you guys are on Instagram and Twitter on the bathroom. Instead, just do something productive. Go do a puzzle or 3. You go to the bathroom 3-4 times a day. You do 2 to 5 puzzles every time you're in the bathroom. You just did 10 to 20 puzzles that day. Fantastic. This, tactics alone, will blow up your rating. I'm not kidding you, by the way. This will blow up your rating 200 points by itself in 2 months. By itself, this will get you 200 points. Now, if you review it and play games, this will get you another 200 to 300 points. If you do these 2 things, you will alone get 500 points. assuming your rating's like below 800, 700. It is extremely important you do these 3 things: play games, rapid or classical, review it, and then do tactics on the side. And that is essentially what you need to be doing. All right. And I hope you enjoy the course, and I hope you get something out of it. Don't rush it. Watch the videos. One last thing. If you're a beginner, a lot of what I might be telling you might be a little confusing. I did try to simplify it as much as possible to get all the levels. But especially if you're a beginner, if you've never played before, this might be slightly confusing, just slightly. That's okay. Don't be frustrated. Play a game. Watch my course. Go through it. Even if you don't understand most of it, you'll remember certain phrases and sentences like pins. I talk about pins a million times in this course. You will know what a pin is, and you, a beginner or an intermediate, will be absolutely beastly with the pins. Okay? And that is something people you're rating don't even utilize. So you have that advantage. So watch the course, go through it, and then start doing these things. All right? I believe in all of you. If you ever have questions, just DM me on Twitter, Raw Knuckle, and I will be happy and I will gladly reply to you. All right? Let's get to it.